Let's do it. What is cracking, squad? What's the vibe? What are we talking about? What are we doing? I think we won. Guys, I think we won the game. Hey, breaking news. Breaking news. The 49ers won a game. Can you believe it? What in the world? Can we? We're Victory Monday is officially here. It's Victory Monday now. Victory Monday now. Let's go. I mean, can we just talk about how fun that game was? Gosh, guys. I don't know who's in here right now. It's weird time. It's almost 10 o'clock at night. I just got home from the game, fresh from Levi Stadium. Still got the fresh smell of fireworks smoke on me. I'm still trying to collect my thoughts. Because that was just goodness. We needed that. We needed that in such the worst way. How are you guys feeling? You know the vibes. We see you. Sourdough Squad. Let's go. What's the vibe? How are we feeling tonight? How are we feeling with that victory? If I get my comments working. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Show them. Man, whatever. I don't care. Nothing can kill my vibe. 49ers just hung 31 points on the Los Angeles Rams. Let's go. Like, that really was a blast. It really was. And we'll talk about why it was so fun. The reason why it was fun, guys, is very simple, honestly. You take a step back again, we've been racking our brains. We have been racking our brains. What is going on with the 49ers? Why can't they win games? It's because they just weren't playing football. And I know that sounds so rudimentary and like, really? They're not playing football? They just weren't playing their game. They just were not able to execute on all three phases. The special teams, defense, offense just didn't work in unison at once at any point throughout this year. It is week 10, and it took until week 10, guys, for the 49ers to play their brand. And when they played their brand, what happened? The Rams are one of the better teams, not only in the division, but in the NFL. And again, with the 49ers, us fans, we've been teetering on the brink of dysfunction all season. Ever since that second half in Detroit, when we realized, hold on now, what's going on? And it's never been the same. And the reason why it feels so damn good right now is because we saw that team go out and just play their game. Offense, defense, special teams. Every single phase played their game. They did their job, and we saw exactly what happened. The 49ers, I don't know. Again, each game plan is specific, is individual. It has its own microcosm of like how they attack teams. Obviously they have their base system, but they funnel game plans off of it based on the way defenses play them, based on matchups, based on tons of information. But the one thing that you just would look at over at this team over the entirety of the year is it just felt like why why aren't we running the football? Why aren't we running the football more? We also understand historically with this team, with the 49ers, with Kyle Shanahan led teams, that when they run the football and they do it well, they win games. That's just how it works. It's simple math. They run the football 30 times a game, 20 times a game, they win the game. That's honestly there's a stat that's attached to how often they run the ball. And with this 49ers team, what did we see? What did we see the very first drive of the game? Very first drive of the game. 18 play drive to start the game. Off the back of a defensive stop. Again, we talked about playing complementary football nonstop. Nonstop, nonstop. Offense isn't helping the defense isn't helping the offense, or they're just not working together. We saw it happen today. We saw that both units complement each other, assist each other, and help each other. And it was great. It was fun. I think one of the best plays was the second interception to Jimmy Ward. Shout out to Jimmy Ward, man. Dude got 2 picks today. One of them returned it for a house call. Absolutely love to see that. But I really like that second one. I mean, Jimmy Ward has been under heavy criticism throughout the entirety of his career. He doesn't get enough turnovers. He doesn't turn the football over. And admittedly, he hadn't had a turnover or an interception, I think, since 2016, like some ridiculously long, like a ridiculously long time since Jimmy Ward has had an interception or a pick. So to see him in the end zone celebrating, I was sitting in that particular end zone. And to see Jimmy Ward with his team and just the vibe and the strut. And Jimmy's a captain. Jimmy's one of their boys. Jimmy Ward is a foundational piece to this defense. And so to see him vibe and see him uh, reaping the rewards of a 2 interception game on Monday Night Football against the team that Jimmy Ward talked a lot of smack about in the offseason. Remember? Jimmy Ward talked a lot of smack about the Rams in the offseason. So it was a great, perfect storm. It was a perfect storm for individual players. Debo Samuel had a day. Elijah Mitchell ran really well for the most part. Again, a lot of people want to come down Kyle Shanahan's road. I'm going to tip my cap to you, good sir, Kyle Shanahan. Thank you very much for showing the offense that we knew existed. It just felt like we couldn't find it or we couldn't get to it. And we got it. And we got the victory as a result. So tip my cap to everyone involved. Jimmy Garoppolo played a clean game. It's probably one of the cleanest games that I've watched Jimmy Garoppolo play live. I've been to a handful of Jimmy Garoppolo games. That was probably his most clean game. We know who Jimmy is. We know who Jimmy is. Jimmy will make your occasional poor read, will come off a read too soon, too late, throw a little behind, timing a little off. That's part of Jimmy's game. But he didn't do that very often today. I think Jimmy did a pretty good job. Even a couple instances, I think on one, Tom Compton, like the pocket completely collapsed. And rather than kind of like, getting scared or getting whatever and kind of, he tucks and just takes a sack, he let the thing rip and he made a huge completion. So I think overall Jimmy Garoppolo did a pretty damn good job. Jalen Moore started at right tackle. He went out almost as quickly as he entered. It appeared to be a soft tissue injury because he literally was on the bike the entire day. The entire day. after he came out. Just like he was trying to get warm, he's trying to get his leg. I don't know. He just wasn't able to come back. Tom Compton stayed in. Daniel Brunskill doing Daniel Brunskill things to Aaron Donald. Absolutely love to see it. Absolutely hope Moore is okay too. He had a welcome to the NFL moment for sure. Aaron Donald got him pretty nicely on one. Got him pretty good on a swim move. Beat him pretty soundly. But like I said, for the most part, everything was pretty damn positive for the most part. And again, the biggest takeaway for me is just the consistency. The consistency when you have it on both sides of the football, the consistency of execution. Like we saw 49ers football today, guys. We saw football that we haven't seen all year. This team, for whatever reason, we're not going to go down those. We've talked about that for weeks, months. At this point, I don't care. This is what we want to see. This performance tonight is the standard. What we saw tonight, and shout out the crowd at Levi's Stadium. Shout out the crowd at Levi's Stadium for absolutely going crazy and just holding it down at Levi's. I didn't know. I didn't know what the turnout was going to be like. I was actually halfway expecting to see a half empty stadium. I was kind of expecting I was going to be walking up to Levi's and just kind of be half empty seats and all that. No, nope. Everyone showed out today. And that energy was felt at Levi's Stadium. I know the players feed off that stuff. I could feel it, and it was great. It was really great. It was exactly what we needed. And it's funny too because I think a lot of people, maybe myself included, just felt like I don't know. I don't know what I was gonna say. I'm all over the place. It was sorry, I'm multitasking. It's not going very well. Trying to make a Brunskill post. No, not quite right. I'm sorry. Trying to make a Brunskill post. Essentially, what I think I was trying to say, as I'm trying to get back on track here, is that fan base showed up. Energy was beautiful at Levi Stadium. It was a lot of fun, man. It really was. I think just the expectations, I think, were low from everyone because we had saw what had happened the week before. We had saw what happened the week before. And it wasn't that great. It wasn't that great the week before. But people still showed up. People still yelled. People still represented. The faithful were out there today. And I think that was one of the coolest things. Because, again, there's a lot of people that are upset, man. Everyone was upset with how the 49ers were playing. But just like, oh, boy, I'm going to destroy your name. I feel like it's a soft J. I'm just going to call Jag you. I'm just going to call you Jag, my guy. I'm just going to call you Jag. It says, great win. It's amazing when you win the turnovers and stay committed to the run. 8-14 on third down conversions, made it easy to keep the drives alive. 100%. I think, the biggest thing you said here was the commitment to the run. I've been waiting for it. I'm an offensive lineman, so I'm biased. I'm extremely biased. I want to run the football every down, all the time, every time. That's what I want to do. I just want to run the football. And then I want to build an offense off that. And so the fact that they stay committed to it, they started early, and they didn't go away from it, I thought was phenomenal. I thought was fantastic. Ryan says, can we acknowledge the team right now is more a smash mouth team than a deep threat? I can handle that. That's what they always been. It's what they've always been. Run the football, do the dirty work in between the tackles, outside the tackles. Just run the football. You got the best left tackle in football. You got the best fullback in football. You got the best blocking tight end in football. So what do you want to do with that? Are you a deep threat team? No, we're not. And that's okay, because when we win our way, everything falls into line. Ain't that right, coach? Ain't that right, coach? Ain't that right, coach? Because coach saying he called it. Coach calls a lot of things around here. He's hyped as hell, as you can see. But there you see, he's saying it too. All three phases came to play today. Ride or get out the whip. Hey, we ghost ride out here in the Bay, my boy. Hey, we don't gotta be in the whip to ride it out, my guy. Out in the Bay, we go dumb. We don't gotta be in the car to you get the vibes, because we're hyped. Let's go. Kiefer says, so glad the Niners still on the Lambs. Debo, who? Oh my goodness, 100%. 100%. Brunskill, no sacks allowed? Come on, man. Put some respect on my guy. I'm literally making a Brunskill post right now. I'm literally trying to make a Brunskill post right now because Instagram is capping, and they deleted my post earlier, so I'm reposting it. But it needs to be posted because it's Brunskill in all his glory. Brunskill in all his glory. My guy literally does not care about Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald, who? Who? And I love that everyone accepts the whole who moniker now. Guess where that started? That started right here on this page. You know the vibes. Always. Trendsetters out here, baby. Trendsetters. All right. Hold on. Smoking. I'm making a post on Instagram. Smoking that Aaron Donald pack. Ho! Up in smoke, boys and girls. Up and smoke. Let's go. Don't delete my post ever again, you poverty apps, such named Instagram. Instagram is the poverty app. All right, I'm back. Yes. Yes. Once it pulls up, come on, pull it up. Coach is going to say it. Coach is going to say it, and then I'm going to come off the top rope. Coach is going to say it, and then I'm going to come off the top rope. Put some respect on Mike McGlinchey, man. You see how bleak life can be at right tackle, man. Even Jalen Moore. Jalen Moore has been serviceable and has been a good player for us. But Aaron Donald's Aaron Donald, man. And you saw what happened with Tom Compton. Now, Tom Compton, there's a reason Tom Compton is a journeyman. There's a reason he's a fringe guy. Because when you're playing your fringe guys, it's typically not a good spot to be in. Mike McGlinchey, you miss Mike McGlinchey. Trust me. Absolutely. Put some damn respect on his name. Put some damn respect on Mike McGlinchey's name. You love to see it. You love to see it. So how did Aaron Donald do today? How did Aaron Donald do today? I was off, I didn't have the best view of the trenches. I lied. I had a great view. I had a great view of the trenches, and guess what? Sorry, Aaron Donald. You're going to have to start knowing our roster pretty soon because every one of these people on the roster currently are your father. So you don't know Daddy Brunskill. You don't know Daddy Debo. What? Come on, A Rod. I keep calling Aaron Rodgers. Your name not Aaron Rodgers. I don't even know who his name is. Donald? Aaron Donald? Shoot. Shoot. Oh, we got the stat line right here. We got the stat line right here. Donald, 2 tackles, 6 assisted. Oh, good job. You had 6 assisted tackles, 0 sacks, 1 tackle for loss. Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good day. But I thought Aaron Donald's the best football player in the world. I thought Aaron Donald was the best football player. So I've been told. No, I'm lying to you. I agree that I think Aaron Donald is one of the best football players in the world. But whenever Daddy Brunskill enters the mix, neutralized. Aaron Donald, we know Aaron Donald's kryptonite. It's Daniel Brunskill. Daniel Brunskill is Aaron Donald's kryptonite. He just can't. There's nothing he can do all week, all year. He will demolish and spit up and just chew up and spit out other interior offensive linemen. But when it comes to Daddy B, put some damn respect on Daddy B. Let's go. Let's go. I'm so hyped. I get so excited when we beat the Rams and I get to post Aaron Donald slander. Like, you have no idea how excited I get. I am so excited to post Aaron Donald slander for the next week. And again, I think Aaron Donald is probably one of the best players to ever play the sport of football. However, when Daniel Brunskill shows up, well, something else seems to go on. Something else seems to happen. Something else seems to happen when Daddy Brunskill is on the field. And I enjoy it very much because he can't do a dang thing. Let's go all day. Let's go. I just dropped the heat. I had to drop it. Let's see. Do we get the sound with it? Can you give me the sound, please? Oh, we'll let it. Let's restart it. Let's restart it. Let's restart it. I need the sound on. You just got worked by Daddy B. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All week. All week. All week. All week. Let's go. Let's go. We gotta make a Debo one. I mean, what else are we making? I don't even care. I'm just hyped. Hey, Daddy B. I'm just gonna let it. I'm gonna vibe, man. I've been waiting all year to post it. I've been waiting all year. We do that. I'm so hyped, guys. Can we take a second and just look at how beautiful Levi's Stadium looked tonight? This is from off an iPhone right here. This is off my phone. Like, Levi's looked beautiful today. Tonight, it was a vibe. It was absolutely a vibe. Absolutely love it. Absolutely loved it. It was a great time. Absolutely fun. All right. All right. I need to get back on track, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm fresh out the stadium. I don't even know what's going on. I don't even know what I'm saying. I don't even know what I'm doing. All I know is we're hyped. All I know is we're hyped. Because the 49ers got the, the win against the Rams. So let's get the chat involved, right? Let's get the chat involved. What was your favorite part about the game? I want to hear favorite play, non-play. Again, we had the greatest gooch catch in the history of football. Didn't count, unfortunately, but it was phenomenal by K'Wan Williams. The concentration to like get the whole like the reach around in there and to like really pin it up. Like, woo! it was nice. It was nice. What a good play. Let's see what we got. Man, why is this so laggy? Can you just let me vibe? Can you just let me vibe, please? Show. Yes, I would like you to show the comment. Show the comment. Click show. Nope, not doing it. Cool. So let's see. Chat saying Debo's balling. I feel like my chat's broken right now. I don't know why it's doing this. I feel like the chat is messing with me. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Okay, maybe I can't. It's not letting me pull the videos over for whatever reason. Or the chat. Your chat's over. Oh, now it is. Thank you. Kiefer says Rami wanted none of Debo smoke. Didn't travel. No, he did not. He stayed on one side for the most part. Debo is pretty much free to go where he wanted a lot of the places. Um, I did like Debo getting used out of the backfield, though. That was nice. That was nice. I appreciated that. Some cleverness there from Kyle Shanahan to get his playmakers involved and get them the ball more. Debo Samuel, I think that last touchdown he scored was a run, right? Was a run. Um, so love it. I would also love it if they would let me pull the stinking questions over. Thank you. Ryan says Rams getting the top defensive players don't always equal a championship. Sincerely, the 97 Niners. This is facts. You go back to remember that the Philadelphia Eagles team that Andy Reid had developed with just all-star player after all-star player. They didn't do nothing. They didn't do nothing. It's about continuity. Again, it all comes back to how strong is your locker room, how strong a group of guys. Because we watch what happens out on the field on Sundays, but we don't watch what happens each day of the week. We don't see what happens in between meeting rooms. We don't see what happens at lunchtime. That's where teams are built. Teams are built in those moments. Now, of course, they're galvanized on Sundays and game days. But teams are built through a lot of different variables. Um, and sometimes you can't buy a team mentality. You can't buy a locker room. We're going through that. Our locker room's been kind of little funky, and we're seeing some of the issues fall as a result. Um, Coach says there are 350 in this chat when we lost last week. Where are y'all now? Keep that same energy. I'm keeping receipts. It's up and it's stuck. Hey, Coach was in here screaming at people in the chat because we were fresh off that disgusting loss to the Cardinals, and it's probably one of the most numbers we had in our chat. Most numbers we've had on the live since ever after a game, and it was after debilitating, embarrassing loss to the Cardinals. So I respect Coach for keeping that same energy. He was on that chat. There's 350 people for about 2 hours after that Monday, the loss to the Cardinals, and Coach is just like, "Where the hell are y'all? Like, where are you all during the week? Where are you all like any other day? Why are you all in here right now talking all this crap?" Coach was about it. So he's still feeling it. He's still feeling it. Get your paper, boo boo. We see you, coach. We see you. Jack says best play among many was the perfect tackling form from DJ Jones on the fake field goal. I like that. That's a good call. That was a big play. That was absolutely a big play. That's a sneaky play. That's a sneaky good moment. Really, really like that one. Yeah, that's a good point. Kind of had just kind of back there with all the other moments. But I agree. I think DJ Jones, um, tracking down that tackle, uh, that was tough, man. That was a good call. Good call. That's a good call. That was a big play. It had a lot of momentum built into it too. So it definitely affected. And the fact that they ended up with no points in that situation rather than three, huge momentum swing. I don't even think they realized how much of a momentum swing that was. Clearly they did. Uh, but it is what it is. It is what it is. And we see all the OGs with DJ. DJ had to calm me down one live. This dude had to like walk me back off the ledge, and I'll never forget that. He saved me from probably saying things I would regret. So dude, we're strong in the chat. We're strong in the chat. Um, so man, it was fun, dude. It was fun. It was fun to be there because if you think about it, which is it's wild, that was the first win that the 49ers have had at Levi's Stadium with fans in attendance since the NFC Championship game in 2020, in January. See that? This and this, that was from that game, NFC Championship game in 2020. The last time the 49ers have won a game in front of fans. Um, Dude, it was electric. Jordan Elliott was with me. We watched the game together. You've seen him on Fridays with me. Um, he was also at that game, the NFC Championship game. He's obviously been to other games. I've been to other games. Since then, we were both at the Green Bay Packer game, the very first game of this year. And so we've just been we've been to we've been to a bunch of games. Um, we haven't been to a game like that since the January of 2020. January of 2020, guys. It's been January of 2020 since we got a game like that at Levi's Stadium. Um, so when you take a step back and you realize how long it's been, because again, the last time I was there in that stadium when the 49ers won a game, they were punching their ticket to the Super Bowl, and we had no idea the year that would follow. We had no idea that we wouldn't be going to games in 2020. We didn't know that. Um, so it's just kind of wild to take a step back. Again, being there at that last game, being here at this game, being there for some of the tough losses this year, or at least with the Green Bay loss this year. It's so much fun to go full circle. It's so fun to go full circle to go through 2020. This year's kind of sucked. And just to get the win that way against a team who just traded for Von Miller, who just traded for OBJ, who has Matthew Stafford and is taking them to the promised land. Uh, Cooper Cup is leading the league in reception yards. Um, there's a hot, shiny new team that everyone loves, right? The Rams. Oh, the go Rams, Sean McVay, go. So the all of it, all the different layers, including the terrible loss against. I mean, we've seen some bad losses, right? We've seen some bad losses as a group. We've seen some bad losses as a group, but that week 9 loss against the Arizona Cardinals last week might have been uh probably one of the toughest losses that I've experienced under the Kyle Shanahan regime. It was that bad of a loss. It really was. Because there's a lot at stake. There was a lot at stake, and it felt like the football gods were offering up a division opponent to be completely destroyed with injury. And it was like, here, we're gifting you a win. And we got pummeled. Pummeled. And it just felt like all that hard work that we had done against the Chicago Bears, it was like we had watched it all go up in smoke. And we're like, oh God. I was not optimistic last week. And I'm glad I wasn't optimistic that last week because I don't really feel like anyone should have been optimistic last week. But guess what? It's a new week. It's Victory Monday. It's going to be Victory Tuesday. And we get to be optimistic. We get to be optimistic all week. And then we got the Jags coming up. We got the Jags coming up, fam. Trap game still. We're going to keep the same energy. Well, it is what it is. This is a one-time thing. We know their hardest uh, hurdle to overcome is consistency. We understand that. We finally got a full game. Can we get 2 games back to back? We'll see. We'll see. But if we take a step back even further and we go back to the conversation that we had on this channel, Luke, I see you. What's good, Luke? I see you, T.O. I see Coach. I see Chasing Gold. I see Bebop. I see and a bunch of other people, Melvin. I see a bunch of other people that we have conversations daily together about this team, right? So I feel like I'm talking to my fam right now. After that Colts game, what did we talk about? What did we talk about against that terrible game with the rain coming down, monsoon in Santa Clara? Like, what? When is there monsoons in Santa Clara? Oh, apparently on Sunday Night Football when the 49ers play the freaking Colts and they needed a win. Apparently that's when monsoons occur. But guess what? We came together on this show after that game and we broke down the 3-game schedule that was in front of us, that if we wanted a shot at the playoffs and we wanted a shot to get back in this, what did we talk about? We talked about Chicago, Cardinals, Rams. If we beat Chicago and we split with the division opponent, whether it was Cardinals and Rams, we are in great shape. Well, guess what, fam? We did it. We beat Chicago. We split with our division. Now, best case scenario, we would have won both those games, right? Of course. Of course. But what did we talk about? We talked about taking that 3-game stretch and going 2-1. And if they could go 2-1 in that 3-game stretch against Chicago, Arizona, and Los Angeles, that the 49ers had a big chance to kind of get back on track. Now, we wanted to see the emphatic type of win against the Chicago Bears. There was a specific way we needed to see that win. They did it there. We wanted to see that momentum compound and roll into the Cardinals and build off that win from Chicago. That didn't happen. The exact opposite happened. It's like actually the worst thing happened. They collapsed on themselves. But the positive is that they have now come back out with their backs against the wall on national television. Again, Monday Night Football, the entire world is watching. And I say world, the football world. If you have any interest in football, you are watching Monday Night Football. And they were able to come out and win the way they needed to win. They needed to win this way. How they won. It didn't have to. The score to me didn't matter as much. For me, what mattered the most was how they won it. Again, playing all three phases of football, complementary football, running the football. Those are that's literally what we have been talking about on this channel for months. And so we got it and we saw it and we saw it. So now, okay, Cardinals week, kind of crappy, but Bears week, Rams week, not too bad. Not too bad. So now the 49ers, I believe, are one game out of the seventh seed playoff spot. They are one game out of the seventh seed playoff spot. And guess who's in front of them? Teams like the Minnesota Vikings. Oh, guess what? 49ers play the Minnesota Vikings in 2 weeks. They actually come back to Levi's. Oh, good to know. Another team that's in front of the 49ers right now in the playoff hunt, the Falcons. Well, guess what? We play the Falcons. So the season, it's not where we want it to be, but it's getting back to a place that we can feel better about. And we're looking at the season as a whole. The season hasn't been a great season. It hasn't. It hasn't. It's been hard. It's been conflicting. There's been a lot of conflicting emotions. It's been difficult. So games like this and gotta have it situations where the 49ers came out with an insane energy. And again, we talked about three phases. Defense comes out, gets the offense off the field. 49ers offense comes on, drives 18 plays with the score. And then defense comes out, makes another stop. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. So it's far from over. It's far from over. What have we talked about? This team is talented. This team has good enough players to be able to go far. They have good enough coaching to be able to go far. It's just making it click and just making it work. And hopefully, this is an indication that that is happening. And this is an indication that they will move forward and they will be successful. Now, of course, we understand only time will tell what happens, and that's fine. And that's fine. The beauty of all of this, the beauty of all of this struggle is that if they can like legitimately turn the corner where all of us sit back and we believe that the 49ers have taken a turn and that this is that 10 weeks of football that we saw, like, that is a different season. They are now playing this consistent, um, you know, team game, offense, defense, special teams, all phases working in unison to uh, help one another out. That's why it's a team game. If they can do that, like, guys, we're just getting started. Like, we've been saying, like, we've been waiting to say we're just getting started, and I think I've said it a couple times. But now, on this Victory Monday that we have, I have 2.5 hours left of Victory Monday. They're back on track. They're back on track. Now again, got to see them come out against the Jags. We won't go too far, but I am feeling much better. Toa says they found their rhythm today. Facts. Facts. 100%. We saw a team that wasn't disjointed. We saw a team that was together. We saw a team that was ready to go and ready to fight and ready to take it to the Rams. And that is inspiring. As a fan, you should be inspired. As a fan, you should have some hope. Now, we're always going to temper our hope we're always going to temper our expectation because we also recognize when we don't have realistic expectation, well, guess what? We get a little bit more disappointed than typical. Um, we're not shouting Super Bowl. We are not shouting Super Bowl after this victory, 31-10 trouncing of the Rams. We are not shouting Super Bowl, although I cannot wait until week 18 now because the 49ers end this year against the Rams. Whoo, guys, it's just getting started. It's just getting started. So, if this is the identity and if this is the motivation and this is sustainable, then we are talking about this team will be much different. And I'm ready for that. I'm ready for that. If Luke's still in here, Luke, Jimmy played good today. Good job, Jimmy. Luke, if you're in here, Jimmy played good today. No issues with Jimmy. Again, I know what Jimmy is. And I kind of feels like a backhanded compliment saying it out loud. So I apologize. But Jimmy played good today. Jimmy played good today. He did what he needed to do. No turnovers. No turnovers, which is the biggest thing. No turnovers. Gave his guys a lot of opportunity. He was much more consistently accurate today than in weeks past. If we get that Jimmy Garoppolo, we get that kind of Jimmy Garoppolo, there's no Trey Lance conversations. And I think that's been one of the hardest things with this team is that if Jimmy Garoppolo has been playing to the level that not only the fan base expects of him, his coaching staff expects of him, his players in his locker room expect of him, we're not talking about Trey Lance. Aren't. We are not. But because he hasn't had the best season as of late, we talk about all different kinds of things. So for Jimmy Garoppolo and this team to get media off their back, to get content creators like myself off their back, and just to have a little bit room to breathe, that type of performance from Jimmy Garoppolo, I'll take it every week. I will take it every week. Let's go, Luke. Luke says, I'm here. Jimmy almost had a perfect QBR. Read my haters' comment. I tried to send them through Super, but didn't send. Oh, what did you send? Maybe I missed it. Oh, there it is. There it is. Let's go. Luke says, where the trolls and the fans with all the. Get them, dog. QBR almost perfect. Run game, fuego. Defense playing with veteran war vibes. If you ain't happy through and through, you're new. Let's go, my guy. Get him. Sick him. Sick him, Luke. Get him. Hey, Luke, man, we have some fantastic sourdough squad members, man. But I definitely respect Luke's ability to stay even keeled. Like, solid. Appreciate you. That's hilarious. I love you see all the sourdough squad members, man. You see all the real ones. You see all the regulars. They're spicy. They're spicy because we get invaded. Our little community here gets invaded like that one day when we had 350 people in here after the Cardinals loss. Our little community gets invaded, and you can see we have pretty consistent message here, and you can see they get upset, and I freaking love it. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah, hell yeah. Yes, hell yes. Run the football. Give Jimmy Garoppolo. We don't need to make Jimmy Garoppolo throw it a million times. We really don't. It's not to his benefit. It's not to our team's benefit, yet we seem to do it. Really happy to see that kind of get underway. Okay. So, Keith, Keith has been hitting me up about the SF diners for so long. I filmed one today. I half filmed it. I didn't do a good one. I I shot it, like, I got all my shots, but I didn't do, like, the money shot. I didn't do the money shot of actually eating the food and talking about it. Keith, I failed. I still might make a video. I might have to do voiceover. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it, though. I missed the crucial shot. I was too I was too ready, uh, to get into the game to get into the game. But I might do it. I might do it. We'll see. Um, uh, Julian says that Jimmy performance can only happen if the run game is going and we get a 3rd and 4. If we can't run the ball, Jimmy gets pressure that breaks down. Yeah, but that's a function of the offense. It's not just a function of Jimmy Garoppolo. Now, yes, to a point, yes, Jimmy Garoppolo, um, you know, does. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say that being in those types of situations over and over again that you mentioned, that they're not favorable for any quarterback. Jimmy Garoppolo hasn't, worked that well through them in certain moments, but again, Jimmy Garoppolo right now is not he's not the problem. He went 15-19 for 182 and 2 touchdowns. Um, I think we'll take that from Jimmy Garoppolo any day of the week. On the flip side of that, this is the stat line that we've been seeing from Jimmy Garoppolo, but we saw it from Matthew Stafford, and this stat line came from Matthew Stafford because the game got out of hand, and they had to get away from what they wanted to do. Sound familiar? Sound familiar? Matthew Stafford went 26 of 41 for 243 yards, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions. That sounds like a Jimmy Garoppolo stat line, does it not? That's what happens when you play the type of game you want to play. That's what happens when you don't have to be forced to do things you don't want to do. And you can run the football, play action, run your game, do everything that you want to do. You put up good stat lines and you play good football, just like Matthew Stafford. How many stat lines have we seen from Jimmy Garoppolo that look like 26 of 41, 243 yards, one touchdown, and interceptions? How many stat lines have we seen like Jimmy Garoppolo from that when the team has gotten behind, when they've gotten down early, and you have to climb back into the game? That's why we don't like climbing back into the game. We like playing our game from the jump, and it's something that we've just I understand we've had injuries to our running backs and things like that. So there's a like a gradual learning curve. Um, but if the whole team plays better, Jimmy has shown this year that he could play better. So I'll take it all day. I'll take that all day. I'll take 15 of 19, 102 touchdowns or 182 yards and 2 touchdowns every week from Jimmy. I will take that every single week. Every single week. And if that's what we get from Jimmy every single week, we're going to stop talking about Jimmy. We're going to stop really saying a word about him. And that was the hope from the beginning of the year. That was the hope from the jump, is that Jimmy Garoppolo was going to play his style. The 49ers are going to play their style. They're going to be able to win games like they won in 2019. How did they win games in 2019? They didn't turn the ball over. They played complementary football and they ran the football, right? Guess what they did today? All of those things. All of those things, which allows Jimmy Garoppolo to play efficiently, to be able to pick and choose his spots much easier. And when you got Elijah Mitchell running for 27 carries and 91 yards, beautiful, phenomenal, absolutely beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And if you could give me that stat line, I guarantee you that if that was the stat line of those two players, week in and week out, That tells you that this 49ers team wins games. If you can have Jimmy Garoppolo go 15 of 19, 182, 2 touchdowns, Elijah Mitchell go 27 carries and 91 yards every week, the 49ers are winning more games than they're losing with that stat line alone. They don't have to be gaudy numbers. What that stat line tells me is it tells me they played efficiently. They played effectively. Sometimes stat lines are tricky because stat lines provide garbage time stats. We don't care about that. I want efficiency. I want That's what I want. Uh, Luke was talking about QBR, near perfect QBR. That's what I want. Again, that stat hinges on efficiency. We get efficiency from that position. We get efficiency from the running back. We get offensive line blocking, clearly, which comes with the territory. And we get wide receivers catching the ball and no one fumbles or we don't throw any picks. The game looks a lot different. The game looks a lot different, right? So we're not going to get into quarterback arguments. That's not what we're here for today. We're here to talk about the dub. And I'll let Luke handle the lightweight. Luke will handle all the lightweight Jimmy slander. In the chat, I defer all Jimmy slander to Luke at this point. Luke is phenomenal. If you would like to talk about Jimmy Garoppolo and him needing to play better, please direct your questions to Luke. Luke will then sift through them and he'll alert me if they do require my attention. But if you do need to feel that type of communication needs to come out, Luke's your guy. Go ahead and add him. Um, he'll have a great, phenomenal answer for literally anything you throw at him. He really does. He is a very good perception. I'm jealous sometimes of it. You heard that, Luke? I'm jealous of your perceptions. So I don't know. We don't got to get too deep into it. I don't want to get too deep into it. Like I said, I'm fresh off the game. I still got to watch it back, obviously, and see all the small things that I missed. Oh, they're calling you out, Luke. Uh, so I don't know. I feel happy. I feel good. I feel like we're headed in the right direction. Cardinals threw me for a bit of a loop. Cardinals game threw me for a bit of a loop because it felt like they weren't back on track. Um, I don't know how many times this team needs to be punched in the mouth for them to not want to get punched in the mouth anymore. But I really feel like that Cardinals game was the type of game where you get punched in the mouth so badly that you're just like, I don't want this. Like, guys, like my name's Jimmy Garoppolo, George Kittle, Use Check, Trent Williams. God, we just got scraped by Colt McCoy.
So what they have come on done is impressive.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that type of loss was a good loss. Only because of where we sit now. Because they came out and they executed. They came out and they played their brand of football. Something that they've been missing for a long time. Again, you heard a lot of conversation this week about the losing record at home that the 49ers hold. They have one of the worst winning percentages at home amongst any team playing in a new stadium. Oh, they heard that all week. They heard that all week, man. They got smashed. They got punched in the face, and I really think that it was a good punch. Sometimes you need to get punched, man. Sometimes you just need to like a swift reality check of like, what are we doing? Like, how do we lose to Arizona? How do we get demolished by Arizona at home? Did you see what happened to Arizona this week? Did you guys see with the same players that they played us against away? They traveled to Carolina and they got demolished. They got demolished by PJ Walker and Cam Newton. Arizona 34-10 lost. They had no business beating the 49ers that day. But the 49ers unfortunately made it their business to get beat that day. So I really hope it was just one of those, like, we've all had the lowest of lows and just been like, man, we know we're better than that. Like, we're nowhere better than that. Like, sheesh. Luke says, all hearts, brother. Football spoke for itself if you got eyes. Facts. Oh, look at that. Twitch. Well, we got Twitch in the building. Let's go. Kid Drew says, such a good win for us. Hope it lights a fire under their asses. I agree. Again, I think the fire is there. I think the fire is there. It's just, I mean, I don't want to get into too far into the weeds. It's just sometimes a swift kick in the ass is just what you need, right? To be like, I can't do that anymore. Ryan says it was comforting to see not one Niner player carried off in a powered car. Underrated feeling, but this is a fact. It is underrated. Um, Also, what was kind of fun is I was able to kind of laugh at Josh Norman getting roasted a little bit. Um, I was able to laugh at Josh Norman getting roasted a little bit, and it didn't affect the game though. Like, like we didn't lose clearly. So it was nice. It was nice to kind of like uh, look at Josh Norman getting toasted, but kind of laugh about it because it wasn't resulting into touchdowns, it wasn't resulting into anything. I just don't like Josh Norman. I Diamador didn't really play today. Ambry didn't play today. We saw a healthy dose of Emmanuel Mosley, K'Wan Williams, and Josh Norman. um, I, I wouldn't mind not seeing Josh Norman on this team anymore. um, so hopefully this so what we know regardless of this win what we know is regardless of this win is that this team is inconsistent. Regardless of this beautiful win 31-10, they're inconsistent. So we can't confidently say we know what we're going to see against the Jacksonville Jaguars. The hope is that we continue the momentum forward, we continue the path forward, because again, it sucks to lose. It sucks to lose, and this team is so much better than what they've been up until this point that I don't know. I feel like the loss against the Cardinals was rock bottom, like as rock bottom as you can be without actually being out of the playoffs, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not sure I've seen a team withstand this much pain and suffering through the first 10 weeks, yet somehow still be in a playoff hunt. Still be right there. One game out with two opponents on your schedule that you can effectively hop just by beating them. So the playoffs is real. The playoffs is now right here in front of us. Now we have to watch this team build, and we have to watch how they maneuver from this point on. This is the standard. This victory against the Rams is the standard. This is what we should look to expect when we come together throughout the week. Yeah, it does. And the seventh seed that they added to the playoffs. So they added the two teams to the playoffs plus the 17th game. Makes a huge difference on, and plus the NFL's wide open. It's wide open. The Rams is supposed to be one of the premier teams in the league. They're supposed to be. They just got waxed by the 49ers, and it feels freaking great. It feels freaking great. But who are you week in and week out, 49ers? Who are you next week? Are you going to run the football or are you going to get away from running the football? Now, we understand game plans, they change and they evolve and they're game to game, matchup to matchup, series by series, even. So we understand. But this is the recipe. This is the recipe. Let me pull up the box score. Let me pull up the box score because I want to see time of possession. I've been yelling at the time of possession from every box score from every 49ers game because it has not been in the favor of the 49ers. The 49ers lose the time of possession battle so often this year, and it happens to correlate to a lot of the games that they've lost. They happen to have lost a lot of the games that they lose the time of possession battle. Today, the 49ers had the ball 20 minutes longer. Let me say that again. They had the ball for this 60-minute game. They had the ball for 40 minutes. 60-minute game. They had it for 40. How does any team win? How does any team get in rhythm? If your defense is playing good and they're creating turnovers and your offense is controlling the clock and you're running the football and you're churning out third downs and you're methodical and you're efficient, you hold the ball for 40 minutes a game and you score points and don't turn the ball over, that's a recipe for success. That is a recipe to build upon. Very simple concepts. Very simple concepts. Very simple concepts. Just own the football. Just hold it longer than them. See that team? Don't give them the football. You know how you keep it? You run it. You know how you do that? See that offensive line you got? Trent Williams, Lincoln Tomlinson, Alex Mack, Daniel Brunskill, Tom Compton. It was better when it was McGlinchey, but you can still run with that unit. You can still run with it. So do it. And own the time of possession. Get your running backs going. Get play action going. And everything will build off of it. Everything will fall into place. Everything will start to work. Order of operation. Football is very order of operation. What comes first, that affects the next thing, and then so on. Time of possession wins games. Own the clock, own the ball, own the game. Very simple. As an offensive lineman, I live and die by that because that means you run the football. And that's all I've wanted all year. Just run the ball. Just run the ball. Please. God damn, please run the ball. And what did we see? We saw third down efficiency. They converted 8 of 14 third downs. They had 10 rushing first downs and 9 passing first downs. Talk about being balanced, right? Talk about being balanced. That's pretty damn balanced. I'll take that all day. So again, this is a game that I've been personally waiting for. I've been one that I've been hoping for and praying for and sacrificing livestock to the football gods. Don't tell anyone. I just want to win, man. I don't want to come on here week after week after week and talk about why they're losing. Whose fault is it? Why is it their fault versus his fault? I hate it. I'm over it. So let's take this momentum, let's take the recipe, and let's expand. Let's evolve it. Let's adapt it. Let's take it week by week. Run the football, own the time of possession, limit turnovers, make turnovers. Crazy, right? Crazy. So crazy. But always easier said than done. But hopefully that's what we see. So I'm excited, man. I'm not going to look forward to the Jags yet. Probably not going to look forward to the Jags until at least Wednesday. We have film breakdowns coming. It's a short week, sort of, because it's Monday. Um, Monday is typically post mortem, but that will be come tomorrow, and we'll kind of pick it up from there. Before I head out, because this win was fun. It was really fun being there in the stadium. It was really fun running into a bunch of the fans and seeing a bunch of the followers as well. It's super cool when I see you guys and bump into you guys. I thought one of the really funny interactions that I had tells you how strong the brand is. Tells you just how strong the brand is. Some guy was a row over, and I was filming like pregame stuff, and he's like, "Yo, Brad," and he's yelling at me, and like I look over, and like as I look over at him, he's like grabbing, like he had his hat on backwards, and he like took his hat off, and he like showed it to me as he caught my attention, and it was a residency hat. And I was just like, my God. But I just thought it was funny. I just thought it was funny, just like how strong the brand is that not only, the homie recognized me, um, but he holds up the residency hat. He's like, look, residency hat, let's go. So small tangent. It's just fun, man. It's fun. It's fun being in that environment. It's fun watching this team have fun. It's fun watching uh, fans in the stands have fun. It's just fun. And now we get to talk about winning. Oh yeah, DJ. Hold on. These stupid. My comments have been messing with me this particular evening. There we go. Before I head out, of course, we give the Sourdough Squad a shout out. Of course. Absolutely. Sourdough Squad is literally undefeated. Um, I will continue to say, I don't care what anyone says. We have the best little community on YouTube, at least 49ers YouTube. And it has nothing against anyone else. That's just how highly I think of our little squad here, the Sourdough Squad, bruh. You guys are undefeated. Um, you got Sourdough Squad members just dropping donations for no reason. This is why you guys are the best, man. You guys support me. We support each other. I think is the coolest part. I know all you guys watching and vibing with me all the time. You're supporting me. You're supporting my business. You're supporting what I'm doing, and it means the world to me. But I love that it goes back both ways. I love that, like, yeah, like you guys support me a lot, but I love our interactions, man. I love I love the back and forth. I love how you guys like DJ, man. I love how DJ, I'm over here watching my Prince Justin Fields ball out, and I'm about to have a mental freak out because of just the season's been really hard. And DJ's like, hey man, just like he said a couple things to me, and I'm just like, you're absolutely right, DJ. Let me get back on track. That's what's so cool about the Sourdough Squad. I didn't mean to go a long tangent on the Sourdough Squad. I typically do, but you guys just you get me. Get me. So I appreciate you guys. Sourdough Squad is fire, like the best. I don't care what anyone else says. I really don't. But you guys are the dopest. Um, and we're always looking for good vibes as always. Um, so appreciate you. That sourdough bread getting expensive, boy. It is. It is. It's the cost of doing business, right? Um, but I'm excited to come back on tomorrow. Excited. So I'll probably be on what's tomorrow, Tuesday. So 1:30 around the typical time on Tuesday. We'll be back. I will be doing more of a breakdown today. Tonight was just let's talk, let's have fun, and let's talk about the win and stuff like that. Um, I obviously got into a little bit here and there, but tomorrow I'm going to come more prepared with just a bigger plan of what we did right and how we build upon that for the game against the Jaguars. Of course, we're going to do film reviews throughout the week. This we're finally going to break down some film that was like we don't have to like peel through ugly plays to find like small instances of individual success. We get to celebrate tons of success. So excited for the film breakdowns. Excited to have guests as always. Jason Aponte, Jordan Elliott will be joining me this week. So excited. Finally, we get a week of content after a win. Man, it feels so good. It feels so good. So I'm really excited. I'm really, really excited for what we're gonna talk about this week and all that stuff. You guys, though, enjoy your W. Enjoy, enjoy your night. It's 11:05 for me. Um, let's get after it tomorrow. I'm excited to talk 49ers football with you guys tomorrow. Excited to break it down even further and just have some fun with it. And so until then, you guys have a fantastic rest of your night and enjoy that W because we got Victory Tuesday tomorrow. Oh, right as I was getting out the door, the the real DJ says coach didn't give out game ball tonight because he wants the team to play consistent like this. I'll take it, man. I know exactly what you're talking about. Kyle Shanahan came out after the press conference, said he gave no game balls um, because, uh, for lack of a better term or wording or phrasing, and this is partly my assumption, is they he kind of felt like they didn't deserve it. They kind of he kind of felt like, yeah, great win, great win, great win, but we gotta stack these together. This can't be one-off situations. We can't have this. This is our first good game of the year. It's week 10. All right, good job, everyone. Pat yourselves on the butt. Uh, slap hands. Do whatever you need to do. Have some fun, but just remember, it's taken a long road to get to this type of win here in week 10. So I'm fine. I'm fine with not giving out the game balls to anyone. I understand the message that it sends. Um, you know, one of the things about Kyle, I'm not even going to talk about it. We'll keep it. We'll keep it right here. And so I get it. They want more consistency. We want more consistency. But I appreciate the contribution, DJ, the real DJ Gravy. Let's go. Let's go. So I see a conversation is sparking about quarterbacks. We will keep that conversation rolling into tomorrow. Again, thank you guys as always for the contributions, for the super chats, for just the general conversation as always. Always appreciate it. You